Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in to Cooking and Combo with Fab 50. If you are returning, thank you, thank you, thank you. If it's your first time, I hope you would consider subscribing, liking, and sharing with others. Today, very simple dessert recipe, right in time for 4th of July weekend. Let's get straight into the ingredients. I call it the Caramel Apple Delight. You're going to need 2 to 3 Granny Smith apples. And yes, they have to be Granny Smith because you want the tartness. Okay? You need cream cheese. And this will depend on how much you're going to make. And you want that at room temperature. So take those out early when you know you're going to make it. And let that sit out and soften. You're going to need Snickers. I bought the mini Snickers. You can buy Snicker bars, however you like them. But until you're ready for these, keep them in the freezer. So I'm going to put mine back in the freezer. Okay, hold on. Okay, so those are your 3 ingredients. And then you're going to need whatever dish that you're going to make the dessert in, because we're going to make it right in that dish and be ready to go. Okay. So first thing, oh, I'm so sorry. It is more than 3 ingredients. We mean the main one. Hold on just a moment. See, if it's not sitting out, then I'll forget. Cool Whip. Yes, 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 yes. That's going to give it that nice creamy, fluffy texture. So, yes, I apologize. You're going to need 4 ingredients, okay? Cool Whip, Granny Smith apples, cream cheese, and Snickers. So let's start peeling these apples and get right into mixing. Okay, so we have our apples peeled. I went ahead and start cutting them in half, and then we're just going to go further and just cut these into bite size, a little smaller than a bite size. Okay, and just put those over in your bowl. Okay. And make sure you have all the skin off, because there is nothing worse than biting into this dessert. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. And then biting down on that skin, which is a little tough. So once that's all off, again, go ahead and cut these in little squares. A little hint here, while you're doing cutting up your apples and you're putting them in your bowl, you don't want them to go brown. Just take a slice of lemon and squeeze over the apple. That will keep them from turning brown, you know, when the air hits it. Don't worry about the citrus taste. The apples are already bitter, so it just adds a little more flavor to the dessert. Don't go crazy on it. You know, just put enough so that the apples don't turn brown. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and finish up here. All right, so I've gone ahead and peeled and chopped the apples. Let's finish up on these couple here. And just bites, not even a bite size, just very small pieces. Okay. And a little trick, while the apples are waiting for you to get everything else mixed, you can go ahead and squeeze lemon on top so that the apples don't turn brown while you're waiting. So just a little lemon juice on top there. And make sure if a seed falls in there to take it out. Well, nobody break their tooth. All right. So we're going to sit this in the refrigerator and then go ahead and start with the cream cheese and the whipped cream. Okay? So switch this out. And let's get the whipped cream in here, get that mixed up, with the cream cheese. I'm sorry, cream cheese and whipped cream. Okay, guys, so I have the apples in the refrigerator. I have 1 8-ounce of cream cheese, but I'm going to detour just for a moment because it's warm and I don't want my Snickers to melt. I want them to melt at the right time. So here's where your little anger management is going to come out. And there's no such thing as too much chocolate. That's like saying there's too much cheese in macaroni and cheese. Absolutely unheard of. I'm going to stick these in here because I don't want them breaking up all over the place. They're frozen. Nandy little hammer or whatever you have, and just do not go crazy. Do not break your tile. Do not damage your marble. Just come up. And I know that's loud, so I just wanted you to see the demonstration. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this so that you don't have to hear all the bang. Okay, so even though I have 8 ounces of cream cheese, I'm going to start with half of that. Fold in the Cool Whip. And we're just going to, I'm going to use a whisk. Just smash that in. Okay, well, we might be needing both of these. You don't want it to taste like the cream cheese. You know, you want it to have a fluffy texture, and the apples and Snickers will, you know, blend in well. So just mix this up real well. Okay. I said room temperature, man, this is giving me a headache. Oh, and by the way, I don't know how many of these I used. I think I counted about 12. And I haven't eaten any of them yet. So, yes, I did save a couple. Just like I said, for decoration purposes afterwards. For that money shot. But just mix this as creamy. Get it as creamy as you can. Add as much whipped cream or Cool Whip. I'm not liking this whisk. So I'm going to go ahead and continue mixing this, and then we'll add the apples. We're going to add the Snickers last. Okay? So stay tuned. Taste that a little bit. Okay, guys, so that has been whipped up really good. Look and see how smooth that is. And you whip it until the chunks of the cream cheese are just smooth and blend in with the whipped cream. Yes, it's still a little messy around the top, but we're going to fix that. So for measurements, I did use 1 8-ounce of Cool Whip and an 8-ounce of cream cheese. Again, you can adjust it to your liking. You can add more Cool Whip in there if you like. But right now, I am satisfied, so I'm going to go ahead and put my apples in. And I'm going to put half. Okay. Oh, wow. Too much. All right, and just fold those in. Okay. It don't look like much, I know. But you will be surprised when you taste it. It's like eating a caramel apple, very light caramel apple. Okay, put the rest of those apples in. Okay. While I mix that, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Snickers out of the freezer. Now, your main purpose for your Snickers being frozen is so that you can break them up a lot easier. You try to cut them with a knife when they're soft and melted. It makes a huge mess. So that was easier. And then once it hits the mixture, that chocolate starts to melt. So we're going to go ahead and just add some of this in here. And like I said, there's no such thing as too much chocolate. Oh, but if you are allergic to nuts, then go ahead and use like a Milky Way, just something with caramel and chocolate. Although the nuts really just set it off. So let me mix that up again. And then we saved our little shavings to go on top for that money shot. And as the chocolate starts to melt, it'll get a more creamy caramel color. So some more. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up, and we should be coming back for that final end to our caramel apple delight. Okay, so here we have it. Now remember those shavings that we kept? I'm going to use that for a little decor over the top. Yes. Yeah. Now, like I said, it is like heaven in your mouth. Sprinkle that over the top, and I will get that money shot. And here you have my version and my naming, a caramel apple delight. Sprinkle that all on there. We don't, like I said, no such thing as too much chocolate, even for the presentation. Okay? This is about a 16-ounce bowl. Do you see that? And just stick it back in the refrigerator until it's ready to be served. And that, ladies and gentlemen, Fabulous 50 style caramel apple delight.